Welcome back. So there are growing concerns that the 500 million rand Spaza Shop Support Fund, recently launched in Gauteng to support township businesses, may end up in the wrong hands. Now, the South African Spaza and Tuckshop Association has voiced alarm over the potential for funds to end up with those who should not be benefiting. Joining us now to discuss this is Sibusiso Ngcobo from the Spaza Shop and Tuckshop Association. Sibusiso, good evening to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. You know, I remember when they launched the initiative and, you know, there was a hall full of Spaza Shop and Tuckshop owners excited to take advantage of this initiative. But your association concerned that it may not reach those very people that were there waiting for those opportunities. Talk to us about why this was an important issue for you to raise.
Good evening to the newsroom viewers at home, and good evening to you in studio. This is one of the most important aspects of this fund. Firstly, we'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude to the Ministry of DTI and the Small Business Minister Paxtau and Stella Abrams. But then we realize that we as the South Africans have a sovereign responsibility to make sure that the elements of corrupt officials and corrupt local government municipalities do not rob us our sorry.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Do not rob us our, sorry?
Yes, go ahead, Sibusiso, we're listening.
Yes, yeah. We just have to make sure that it is our patriotic responsibility as South Africans and the South African Spaza and Tuckshop Association to make sure that the corrupt elements in the local government do not rob us of our opportunity to have an economic identity. We are aware that in the process, in the times during the registrations, we had people in the queues, particularly in the Gauteng region, local municipality, Mfuleni. We are talking about the R500m local municipality, where we had elderly people fronting and visually registering for illegal tuckshop owners. We are currently compiling and consolidating a list of all the illegal Spaza shops that are prevalent and operating in the townships, and then we will air our findings on the 7th of May next year, when we will be having a press conference. South African Spaza and Tuckshop Association, in collaboration with Business Culture, we are doing that groundwork. So we have addresses and we are compiling research, because right now the information is sensitive because we have ongoing investigations. But we are here to make sure that we respect the taxpayers' contributions and sweat, so that we can be able to say the Spaza shops.
I'm listening to you, Sibusiso. You're still on. Please put your camera
back on. Am I
still
on?
We're still listening to you. We've never lost you. You go ahead. We're still listening to you. Please put your camera back on.
Okay. So we are saying we want to respect the taxpayers' money and sweat through accountability, transparency, and accountability, and a show of interest that our Black South Africans are ready, local South Africans that are ready to run these Spaza shops and claim back their economic identity. I'm sorry, I was just a bit disturbed by the network here.
No, that's okay. That's okay. But we can hear you just fine, and I'll alert you if there's something to be concerned about, okay? But I think this is an important discussion. And so if I go silent, it's only because I'm listening to you. There's an issue that you've raised here, and I think this is important with other conversations as you sparked it, is, if you remember at the beginning of this whole saga, right, it really was about getting to the bottom of children's lives being lost for snacks that they were buying at tuck shops and Spaza shops. And you've raised the issue that hasn't necessarily stopped. Talk to us about that.
We have been receiving reports of poisonings and the children that have been hospitalized due to consuming snacks that were bought at a local tuck shop in Mapetla. We are still receiving reports from children that have been getting sick in Garangua. we launched a hotline on the 16th of January. It's Spaza Shop hotline, where we could be able to get all this information right firsthand from the ground. So we are receiving complaints, we are receiving disgruntled citizens that saying that means this lawlessness will prevail if there is no watchful eye making sure that the funds go to the right people, because if that means the funds actually land in the wrong hands, actually succeeded in perpetuating the problem further, because now there will be funds that will assist them to produce more illegal products, more illegal, more tuck shops that will be open and operating illegal. So that it still goes back to the plight that lives are not safe.
Yeah,
and if the money goes to the wrong hands, it will be exacerbating the problem.
Yeah, I remember seeing reports that over 30,000 Spaza Shop applications were from foreign nationals. I mean, it's a big issue. This is, of course, when we're talking about funds of up to 300,000 Rand per shop as a combined or a combination of grants and low-interest loans. So the sort of resources that could really boost small businesses, particularly in our vulnerable communities. What's the next step then that you take as the Spaza Shop and Tuckshop Association? Where do you take this conversation? And the concern is, how we get the data of who is applying fraudulently. So what's the step that you take next?
Okay. The next step for us as the South African Spaza and Tuckshop Association, with collaboration with Business Culture, as I've mentioned before, that we have a press conference on the 7th of May next month, 2025, to promote the Spaza and local trade fair in Daba that will be taking place on July the 7th. So we are making sure that we are bringing all the key stakeholders into play, private sector and government, so that we can work hand in hand to make sure that the fund reaches the right people and it is clearly accounted for, and there is a transparency, and all these elements of corruption are rooted out, and making sure that all those who are also fronting, we are the watchdog of this fund, and we are going to make sure that the township economy is a success.
Yeah. Sibusiso, an absolute pleasure speaking to you, and thank you so much for raising what is an important issue. Certainly something that we have to keep a close eye on, because that 500 million Rand could be the lifeline that Spaza Shop or Tuckshop could so desperately find massive boosts from. So we need to watch that does not end up in wrong hands. Sibusiso Ngcobo is, of course, with the Spaza Shop and Tuckshop Association. He is their public relations manager. Right, we take a short break. You're watching Newsfeed PM, the late edition. We've got your top stories on the other side of this.